this recipe is going to be for one of my favourites. It's Moroccan lamb stew, and I've adapted this recipe over time so that it's vegan. It doesn't include dairy, it doesn't include meat, and today it's not going to include any carbs. So we're all winning. I'm using lamb chops today, farm assured. Jamie Oliver, save our standards. You know, go to your butchers and always try and buy the best meat you can afford. I know times are tough at the moment, but you know, just try your best to farm British. So yeah, these are lamb chops. You can use lamb neck fillet, lamb chunks, whatever your budget is. All right, and then I'm going to get some spices on there. Now my pestle and mortar broke last week when I did this, so we're going to go really old school and use jars. So nothing wrong with using jars. In fact, I really like it for all these recipes because it's going to make it so much quicker and easier to do. So instead of sort of grinding all the spices up in the pestle and mortar and toasting them off to create that flavour, we're going to go in and we're going to go very easy. I'd much rather you use little jars than go and buy a ready-made paste full of sugars and preservatives. So what I'm going to do is take the lamb, I'm going to cover it with, now I'm going to try desperately to tell you about the measurements. We'll just go for a teaspoon each and then I'll say to flavour when it comes to it. So I've got turmeric, I don't know if you can see, and I'm just going to, I just sprinkle it on, just, I know I'm naughty, aren't I? About a teaspoon. Chilli, however hot you want it, chilli flakes, probably less than a teaspoon, although I like it hot. I like it hot. Cinnamon. Oops. And the real taste of any sort of Moroccan cooking, Middle Eastern cooking, cumin. Okay, so I'm going to put that into my little terracotta pot to cook. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on each chop, and then you can either use your fingers, give it a good massage. I'm going to use a teaspoon because it stains. You just see, rub all that in, and that's a much quicker way of getting that same results as you would in the pestle and mortar. So happy days. Then I'm going to cover that with some tomatoes, chopped tomatoes. Okay, I'm only doing a little portion here, so I've used half a tin. I'm then going to start rubbing all those the tomato into the marinades as well. A little bit more of a top up of the spices, however much you want. You don't have to. I just, because I've not done it in the pestle and mortar, I like it a little bit more. Come on, cumin. Come on, cumin, get it? Little bit of salt, just to flavour the tomatoes and the meat. Some pepper. This is already ground. And then I'm going to put some rosemary. This is so easy, just bung it all in a pot and in about 45 minutes, an hour, it's done. This is going to be done really quickly. I would normally put sweet potato in this, however sweet potato, not very keto friendly. So I've decided to go for swede, and I've pre-boiled this a little bit, parboiled it, because that will probably take longer to cook than. So you see, all of that goes in. Maybe a splash of water just to thin it down, because that's going to reduce and go all bubbly. And then you're just going to leave that. Check after half an hour. Now pop that in the oven. Yeah. This is going to go in. And then I'm going to serve it with, very quickly, because I've done 4 minutes already, some cauliflower rice, because I normally I'd serve this with couscous, not very keto friendly. Cauliflower, this is so easy. Jamie Oliver told me about this. Cut some cauliflower up into the whizzer, and whiz it up, and rubbish camera again. And put it in the microwave. I'll put it in 5 minutes. And I'm going to show you how to serve it. So, let's get a nice plate. Another thing really I shouldn't do is wear my slippers because that's all you can hear. So, our cauliflower rice covered in cling film. Lovely jubbly. And obviously you're going to cook that to taste. Nice spoonful of that. Here's one I made earlier. Oh my golly, and the smells coming from this are delicious. I wish I had a better camera. Okay, I'm going to try and zoom in as much as possible. So I'm going to take my lamb chops that are all they've got all those lovely herbs. Get some of those lovely juices. Okay. I may as well just leave that here. We're all friends now. And a little bit of coriander to finish. Now I've made mine really spicy because I like it hot, as I said. So maybe a nice dollop of sour cream, something like that. I might do that actually for the TikTok video. So yeah, as per, you can never see it, but I'll put it on the video of the finished product.